Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Grandia 3. Last time we arrived in Bacula Village, or however you want to pronounce that. And today we're going to go to the Desert Inn and have a rest, even though we just had a rest considering Monday video. Never mind. But yeah, we're known for kebabs here in town. Juicy meat roasted carefully on rotisserie. Oh, I just had breakfast and I'm already hungry again. And so is Ulf, apparently. Okay. Can't go back until we meet the Guardians, so we gotta stay here. Yeah, we'll go. Let's have a break and we'll, have some dinner, I guess we could say. It doesn't look like, they don't animate anything different for each of the individual cities. It always looks, well, sometimes they do something different, but it doesn't look like he's eating a kebab, especially not with a fork or a spoon there, but, I don't know. Let's talk to everybody and see what we can figure out here. Free-for-all meal. Better eat up before it's gone. I don't know if you said something wrong. I think you may have just hit a nerve there. Somebody is apparently heartbroken. And like Miranda earlier in the game where she was feeling not so great, she didn't say anything the whole time. All Ulf does all conversation long, from what I recall, is just talk about the food. Yuki and Elfina actually talk about the plot, but Ulf, no. Screw the plot. Think about food. Well, it's usually not too difficult to understand in JRPGs. It's usually quite simple. It's either a breakup or a death or something. It's horrible, but it's not usually too difficult to understand. In for the long haul. Okay, what about you? Yeah, basically just keeps talking about food. This is delicious. What are we gonna do now? Never meet the Guardian without Donna. Seems like a stubborn woman. Put our heads together and think of some way of convincing her. Ulf's suggestion is gonna be food, isn't it? Wonderful. Really is. Blah, blah, blah. We can convince her over time. Let's go see her tomorrow. Let's have kebabs tomorrow, too. I think he's found his new favorite food. Well, let's see. Anything else? No, I think that's everything. Okay. I've had enough, too. But Ulf still looks hungry. He does, but we're cutting him off. He'll eat this whole place out of house and home if you keep eating there, bud. What a fine meal. Well, need some vegetables too, but, you know. Yeah, probably. Yeah, they're both kind of fat. Only 10 helpings. Yeah. 12, yeah. At that point, what's the difference, right? And there is a reason there is no audio right now. That is the game. I haven't done anything.
Infinito deserto não dar-me.
It's a very old song about forgotten memories. Forgotten memories? Like what? Once, there was someone who was very special to me. He led our people as the chief of our village. But one day, he just disappeared, leaving a void that can never be filled. I don't know why he left. Donna, are you still in love with him? No, it's you.
Yeah, he did look familiar, didn't he?
It's Raven.
Raven, you've come back?
Leave Bakul at once. Donna, there isn't much time left.
Raven, what is it? Tell me. Why have you changed so much?
I wanted to save you. At least you.
Donna, I'm sorry. I didn't know that he... If you believe in the power of love, there will always be hope for the future. What? I will also try to believe.
Now, during my test run, I couldn't remember why Raven came back to, tell Donna to leave the village in terms of the overall plot, because I just couldn't remember. It had been too long since I played the game. And now that I've completed that test run and I'm playing it again, I am still wondering why the hell he came back to do that. They never really, acknowledge why he came back to do that. It's rather strange. Not exactly sure why. But anyway, with that being said, we can get Donna in our party. Yeah, they, especially in FMV form, they go a little overboard. Somebody pressed the wrong button, increase size to 300% or something ridiculous like that. They're almost the size of her head. Oh, this game is funny. But anyway, we got a fourth party member, Donna. She attacks with cards. Yeah, she's no Gambit. She also cannot equip the... Where is it? I don't have another one. But she cannot equip the rune armor that we have. And her cards attack from a distance, so she has no reason to have warp movement. So we don't really need to worry about that. So I save the glass slippers for her. And let's see, Earthen Robe is what she has on right now. And that is currently the best thing we can get for her. And do I want to give her anything particular? I believe... Do I want confusion protection going forward? I don't remember what I want, so I'm just going to give you a mythical ring for now. She comes with a blast egg. I'm going to set up her mana and her eggs and stuff and her skills, and then I will see you in a moment with better equiptions for whichever I decide to give her. Okay, we're back. Let's just take a quick look here. I didn't change much. We gave her the this book here just because I don't have anything that boosts mind type skills by very much. Because mind type skills she would probably work pretty well with. She's basically the opposite of Ulf. She's more magically inclined, as you can tell by her stats there in the top right. Compared to Ulf's, yeah, no magic, all attack. A lot more magic and less attack. But her attack's not horrible, and there's good use for that. I kept her with the blast egg that she came with by default, ups Hellburner, Tremor, and Dig and Resurrect. I'll get some better stuff for her in a little bit, but for now, we're just going to leave that alone. Also note that I did take life up off of Alfina to give it to Donna because Donna has very low HP, and she's also relatively low on levels compared to the rest of my party. And I really haven't done much grinding. You know, I've fought extra battles, but most of them have been low experience battles or, you know, spending a long time in one battle or another. So anyway, now that we've done that, we have access to move forward. Cross the desert to get there, but don't go south of the watering hole. The Desert Lord is there. What's that? Too fierce for the likes of you to handle. Just be careful. South of the watering hole. Yeah, I probably shouldn't go over there. Alright, sorry about that. Just had to run back real quick. Forgot to do one thing before we head out here. So, this Desert Lord's supposed to be super powerful, and they say south of a lake. So, if we keep going this way, should be south of a lake. How powerful could he possibly be? All I see out here so far are dragonflies or whatever the hell those are. Oh, that guy looks pretty big. I'm guessing that's the Desert Lord. Hello. I hit you. You shouldn't be any problem at all. Let's... Wow, you're fast. Oh, 14,000 HP. I have no idea what you're doing, but let's cancel that. 0 damage. Hellburner? What else do we do? Shadow Warrior, maybe?
Bet you can't tell which one is me.
Okay.
Keep an eye on my
Let's see here.
Hellburner.
How does magic do against you? Oh, somewhat better at least. Oh, we can actually damage you. Let's see, what else have we got here that we could do? Holy Circle sounds like a good idea. We'll use that.
Divine light,
Then he won't be able to get close to Alfina.
protect me.
Now, here's an interesting note here. If the enemy is already on the act button where this guy is, and we have to perform an action here, Ulf will not even get something that acts instantly off like Rockbreaker because he's already on there, and it's just like by a millisecond that we even got our turn before he got off his action. So I'm not going to worry too much about trying to do anything. I'm just going to go for a normal attack. But what do you got here? Quicksand, huh?
It's getting so dark.
Oh! Yeah, things are not going well. Can you run away from this fight? Yeah.
I suppose this is a sort of victory.
Yeah, you're still alive, barely. Yeah, so that's why I went off screen there real quick. I went to go save because I forgot to do that when I was setting all my stuff up. Do not go fighting him yet. This is a two-part thing. One, we're not really powerful enough, though I will be tackling him at a low level. Just not quite this low. And two, we haven't been here yet. The magic shop. The place where we spend way too much time. What do you have to say? Never seen a machine like that before. What does it do? 5,000 years of wisdom. Mana egg fusion. Oh my. Yeah, she explains more things about it. Basically, you take two eggs, you fuse them together, you get a new egg. Now, I'll be doing the vast majority of this stuff off screen, but just to give you an idea, the way it sets up your eggs is in terms of elementals. So we have fire, earth, water, and wind. And if you go down below, we have fire and earth, earth and water, water and wind, and then fire and wind. And then we get the doubles. And then over here, and this one will be like this as well, it'll be something that does all elements by one. This one and this one, they'll just extract into different things. And that's one of the nice things about the way they set this up, is they show you what types of spells you'll be able to get out of the eggs, even in this screen. On this level here, it'll show us anything we have, 2 sets of those, or 3 sets. So basically just like above, except for instead of 1 of each element, it'll be 2 of each, 2 of each, 2 of each, 2 of each, level 3 to 1 spell, level 3, level 3. And then once we get to this level, we'll start seeing the ones that have even more abilities. So what I'm going to do are, let's just kind of show this off kind of vaguely here. You fuse something that's, say, level 1 fire, level 1 earth, you're going to get an egg with level 1 fire and level 1 earth. You fuse 2 together of the same one, you'll get 2 of that. Fusing the first level stuff is pretty straightforward. But when you start doing it with other things, like here we do just 1 fire with a fire and a wind, we'll get 2 fire and 2 wind out of it. Or over here, we'll fuse them together and we get all 1 element. Or we'll get all of 1 of that. Or we'll get 2. So you basically just cycle through to take a look to see what you get. Now, if you try and fuse 2 things together that are opposites, in this case, fire and water, you end up getting a dust egg. And this will happen a lot of the time. Oh, we do get gravity in this game. I never extracted that in my entire playthrough, I don't think. Because there's almost never a reason to get a dust egg. But yeah, so you can get gravity in this game. I just completely missed over it throughout my entire test run. Okay. Now, when you start combining different levels, you get different powers of eggs. So let's see, let's start going with, when you try and combine anything like this with anything else, you can't really do it. So anything that is that applies elements to everything, you can't fuse it with anything. So life egg is the same way, so don't bother trying to do those. But if, say, we got something like that one and this one, we'll get a level 9 egg with 2 elements already up to level 3. Now, if you look at our magic levels, we have magic level 8 with Yuki and Alfina there, and level 6 and 7 with the other 2 characters. So we're a little ways off from being able to do anything with level 9 eggs, even though we can create them. So I have a setup of which kind of spells I want to extract from certain eggs, and which types of, let's see here, and which types of eggs I would like to equip going forward into the next dungeon. I'm going to do the majority of this off screen just because it takes basically a lot of figuring. You want to make sure you don't run out of any eggs, because you only have like 2 of those, 2 of those, 3 of those, 2 of those. And these may be slightly different for you if you didn't, get a couple of the drops that I did, because you can get random egg drops from enemies throughout the area. And I will after we get through this in the next episode, I will be putting up my list of all the different egg drops we could have got, as well as any of the equipment drops we could have gotten anywhere up to this point, because most of it hasn't been particularly important until now. But I will at least show them on screen, or I'll talk about them, and then we'll talk about what we can get from a lot of the enemies around here as well. But basically, my goal is I want to get 2 forest eggs, a burst egg, and a booster egg to extract spells from, and then I want to get 2 more booster eggs to equip. Now, we don't have booster eggs yet, or I don't even think we have burst eggs, do we? No, we don't even have a burst egg yet. But one of the things that we're going to want to do a lot with is using the volcano eggs that we are able to get a whole bunch of extras from when we go where we are. And if you fuse 2 of them together, it's already too powerful. You just get a life egg. It doesn't really help you out very much. But what we want to do is we want to do a lot of pairing of that with other eggs. Let's see here. Let's see. No. So eventually we'll want things like chaos eggs and get super powerful spells, but for now, not too much. Let's see here. Yeah, you're going to want to fuse something like a volcano egg with some of these other ones to get you some higher level spells here. The dust egg we don't really need, but if we get things like level 8 photon eggs and other stuff like that, we'll be able to combine, say, those photon eggs with other things. Since I've just saved, we'll do this real quick and just kind of show the whole process. But yeah, because it's a lot of nitpicky thinking through, you know, I have this many of this egg and I need to try and get this, it kind of becomes tedious trying to figure out what you want to be able to get. So now that I have that, what can I pair that with to get? See, this will upgrade to a cluster egg with just 1 of those. But what else can we get with it? Let's see here. We can get holy eggs, and yeah, see, if you try and pair it with anything on the level 2, you're only going to get a life egg. So that particular egg isn't all that useful to us anyway. But say if we pair that one with, sure, a holy egg. I'm going to undo this anyway, so that's fine. I just wanted to come in here and take a quick look real quick and show the basic process. And now we have a level 9 egg. And if we try and pair that with any of the level 1s, we don't get much of anything. But if you want to get a burst egg, and I do want to get 1 burst egg for extracting spells, then that's one of the ways you can get it. You combine it with any of the level 2 eggs there, or the level 4 eggs, and then we can get access to that. But if you want to pair something like a volcano egg with that, you can get the booster egg, which is kind of the most important one. It gives us level 2 to everything. It's the one I want to equip on basically everyone. So I want to get at least 2 of them, and plus the heal egg that I already have. That covers the 3 characters that can currently equip it, since it, as you can see at the bottom there, it's level 7, so Ulf can't even equip it yet. For the most part, I'll probably just give him like a volcano egg or something like that, something that he can use for now. We are going to come back after the next dungeon and redo all this, because we'll have access to a bunch more eggs at that point. And once we do that, then we'll be able to get some really good eggs, and we'll be able to unlock some level 9 eggs, and eventually even the level 10 eggs. Basically, because I know how this works, and there are guides on GameFAQs if you're interested, like just shows you, you know, you pair this with that and you get this or whatever, or, you know, you can look up, you know, say I wanted a forest egg, that's what I said earlier. Well, I can look up a forest egg and see how to get that just by seeing what combines into it. There are nice guides on GameFAQs for trying to figure that out if you're so inclined. I'm going to do a bunch of this off screen because there's no real point in showing it. It's just tedious. But once we're done with it, we'll have a bunch of new spells, and we'll have a bunch of new eggs to equip, which will increase our ability with magic quite a bit. And it's a lot more than we'll be able to get access to by simply just buying magic. And we can buy some new magic while we're here, but I would hold off until you do all of the mana egg fusion that you want to do first, because chances are you'll get some of these spells from doing that fusion already. So anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time I'll come back with a bunch of new eggs and I'll show you the ones I plan on extracting and what we get from them, as well as, you know, anything else that I've accumulated in between episodes. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.